As we briefly mentioned earlier, the brain communicates with the body by way of the autonomic nervous system. There are two primary pathways within it, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic systems. These different pathways have complementary functions, and for our simplified purpose, we're going to use an analogy and say that they each are similar to an accelerator and a brake on a vehicle. The primary role of the sympathetic system, or what we call the accelerator, is to notify and prepare our bodies to move and avoid danger. It does this by sending a signal to glands in our body to secrete adrenaline. So if we need to act, we can do so quickly by either fighting off the potential threat or running from it. This is what you've heard called the fight or flight response. This is a long-standing primitive response designed to protect us early in our evolution, when animals and dangers in our environment were much more immediate than they are today. This primitive system still serves this purpose. However, now it's often activated inappropriately, like even when our lives are not actually being threatened. In other words, our emotional response activation is not in sync or aligned with our current situation. This is partly because an area of our brain over time has developed a low activation threshold. We're going to talk more about this area and how it happens in part 3. But on a happier note, the accelerator system is also turned on when we're really having fun, playing energetically, and laughing a lot. So the sympathetic system is not just about danger and alarm. But in general, I want you to think the sympathetic system is like the accelerator. It wants us to move. Now, on the other hand, the parasympathetic system, or the brake, is our rest, digest, relax system. Once a situation or a stimulus is seen as no longer threatening, a neurochemical called acetylcholine is released to calm our body down. Both of these systems run from the base of our brain to and from many of our critical organs, including our heart and our stomach and our gut. So if you're not sleeping well, are restless, and are having any difficulty in your sex life, those could be signs that you're chronically operating with your accelerator on, and you're not activating your braking system enough. Now, also consider how we mentioned that this braking system is connected to the stomach and digestion. So we can start to see how overeating can be another symptom of an overworked accelerator. How? Because eating temporarily activates the brakes or the calming effects of digestion, because the stomach is connected to the braking system. So eating is often used as a quick way to get relief from an overactive accelerator. It's called comfort food for a reason. The problem is it's temporary. And like any addictive behavior, eating is a coping strategy for an out of sync, constantly activated stress response system can become a nonstop chase of short-term feel good and calm, and long-term can have negative effects on your health. The braking system is also great because it requires a lot less energy, which means it frees up energy for brain skills like new learning, creativity, and innovation. This is why you're at your best or have your greatest ideas when you wake up in the morning, or when you're relaxed or doing a task that you really enjoy. If you're relaxed right now, you're going to learn more than if you're tense with your accelerator running. In other words, when you're relaxed and calm, you free up energy for your brain to do some of its more complex functions, and to do it without exhaustion. Now, ideally, in a modern, peaceful world, free from fierce animals roaming the neighborhood and any real and immediate life threat, this braking or rest and relax state would be more of our default, natural home-based setting. We would more often be calm, relaxed, innovative, and social, with the accelerator system only activating when we experience real life threats, like coming close to a car crash or experiencing a near-death accident. That's how our bodies are designed to work. However, this is hardly the case for the majority of us right now. Many humans have such a misunderstanding of mental and emotional discomfort and have developed such a low tolerance for it that they're chronically operating in low-level fight or flight mode every day. And our rest, relax, and restore system has become harder and harder to turn on. This included myself. For much of my life, this activated fight or flight state was running more frequently than it was designed to, and turning on when it wasn't really even needed, which resulted in high functioning anxiety and perfectionist behavior. So how did we, and I, get this way? Well, the big summary, spoiler alert, is from years of gradual unconscious thinking and behavior pattern creation, combined with very little understanding of our emotional response, combined with having very few strategies for living with everyday life challenges and the uncomfortable sensations that naturally go along with them. But by taking this class, you're taking the first step towards changing that, by gaining understanding that just wasn't available years ago. Okay, let's do a quick summary of these two systems. If the brain believes we may be in danger, it will trigger the body to secrete adrenaline or epinephrine to prepare our body to move or fight or flee. Once an experience is viewed as no longer threatening, acetylcholine is released to calm our bodies down or manage the adrenaline response. Okay, let's move on.